Your name, your address, and your phone number are floating around the internet. Easy for strangers, scammers, and companies you've never heard of to find. Data brokers and shady databases collect and sell your private details to anyone willing to pay, putting you at risk of nonstop spam, scams, and fraud. You can't stop them from collecting data, but you can control who gets to keep it. That's why I use Incogni. They remove your private information from more than 420 of these sites automatically. And with their unlimited plan, you get total coverage. If you spot your personal details anywhere else online, just send them the link, and their privacy experts will get it taken down. It's the easiest, most complete way to protect yourself and personal life. Right now, you can lock in 60% off with my exclusive deal at privacykim.com. Go to privacykim.com right now and start protecting your privacy. This is so important. Privacykim.com. That's privacykim.com. But wait, there's more. Here's hour 4 of the Kim Komando Show. My gosh, I had a nightmare last night. It was just nuts. I thought for just a moment, I woke up and I was like, everything just vanished. The radio show went away and I found myself working at Walmart. Yes, it was that much of a nightmare. As it turns out, a study out of Canada found that there's a link between lactose intolerance, food allergies, and scary dreams. What is it? If you have a midnight snack on a good slice of cheese, yeah, it's going to be causing nightmares. Apparently, stomach issues can mess with your sleep, giving you a Gouda scare. Oh, I know that one hurt even me. And on that happy note, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to America's largest show about all things digital. It's award-winning. It's the best. It's the awesomest. And it's always here to make sure that you are tech ahead and never left tech behind in the digital dust. Because after all, I'm Kim Komando, America's beloved digital goddess, here with you once again. And just a reminder is that you can find my award-winning show on over 425 top radio stations throughout the United States. And of course, we're streaming in your favorite radio app. And you can also get the Kim Komando Show as a podcast wherever you get your podcast. Just search for Komando with a K, of course. And I just love this. A big hello and salute goes out to all of our listeners on the American Forces Network Radio, reaching over 375,000 U.S. service members in 175 different countries. And this is just so cool to me that every ship at sea gets the Kim Komando Show. And I know that you have a few questions about something digital I can lend a hand to. And sure, you can go to your favorite AI chatbot. Yes, and you can ask that chatbot anything. But you know what? It hallucinates, and I do not. And that's why our Komando hotline's open right now at 1-888-825-5254. And just a reminder, you don't need to sit on hold for hours to speak with me. You can make an appointment right now by heading over to the official homepage of the Kim Komando Show. That's Komando.com, of course, with a K. And up at the top right-hand corner, there's a link that says Ask Kim. Every single day of my life, rain or shine, weekday, weekends, I'm on vacation, national holidays, I make sure that I am always up to date on all things digital. And here are 5 things that you need to know that's happening right now. We're going to start with number 1. Okay, George Orwell, you know him, right? He envisioned this future dysfunctional society where the government would just monitor everyone's activities through what he called telescreens. Now, that 1984 has long come and gone. What if it's not only the government monitoring its citizens? What if its citizens are monitoring the government? I know this sounds kind of crazy, but this article caught my eye. It comes from Forbes. In Los Angeles, people are using Amazon's app called Neighbors, and it works with Ring doorbell cams to warn each other about possible ICE raids. Then they're sharing photos and home security videos where ICE and law enforcement were spotted, and the vehicles that they're driving. So scary. The posts are tagged with ice cube emojis. Now, Amazon says, oh, please don't do this with these citizen alerts. But what can they do just short of shutting the app down? Moving on to number 2, let's talk about artificial intelligence, because so many folks are just so concerned about whether or not AI is going to take your jobs. Now, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Artificial intelligence is not going to take over every single job out there. But over time, it will replace millions of human jobs. So who exactly is the most vulnerable to AI replacement at this moment? Okay. Let me tell you, if you have a software design job, you're a web developer, you are going to be replaced in soon. I'm talking weeks, months. The same with back office database administrators, especially if you're working for an insurance company or a bank. But the job that is the most vulnerable right now is customer service. Here's the reason why. Off-the-shelf AI software can replace huge customer service departments. At a company called Klarna, you know that. You buy something, you put it on 4 equal payments. One AI chatbot took over 700 customer service jobs. Wow, isn't that something? Well, so if you are in the customer service industry, the time to pivot is like yesterday. Moving on to number 3. It turns out that the number of home burglars is falling. It's a direct result of all of us putting advanced home security systems in our house. But burglars are actually getting more sophisticated, and you may be making it easier for you to become a victim. Maybe you heard about the dinner bandit gangs. They operate in cities all over America. As a matter of fact, they tried to hit my house. That's right. My husband and I were making dinner. We were not out to dinner, and that's what they expected. And then suddenly, these Chilean gangs were circling our house until the Phoenix Police Department came over. Anyway, it's just nightmare. We have the video up on YouTube in case you want to see it. So here's what I want you to do. These gangs are using Google Street View maps to make casing neighborhoods quick and easy. And it also shows which homes are easy targets. So what you want to do is go over to Google and you click on your home, you report a problem, and that's where you can request that Google will blur your home. Do it today. Again, that's over at Google Maps and report and then blur your home. All right, moving on to number 4. 12 years ago, that's how long it's been, when Chinese manufacturer DJI released its first drone, it sent off this new wave of spying paranoia. You see, when someone flies a small drone near your home, there's not much legally you can do about it. But what if the spy drone is so small, it is so quiet? I mean, think about this. Maybe it's the size of a mosquito. It could literally go anywhere and spy on anybody, and really, no one would ever know. Well, the mosquito-sized drone is real, and it's here from communist China. While flying, it makes no more noise than a regular mosquito. You can't hear it, and maybe can't even see it. The drone can easily fly in an open window or door using 2 yellow leaf-like wings, a thin black body smaller than your fingernail. Its only purpose is to spy. Wow, isn't that something? And speaking of spies, I don't get this. Women are embedding NFC chips under their nails. This is the same technology behind the tap-to-pay cards and the phones. It's that little kind of tiny metal square that you see. The chips are so tiny that they can slip under or on top of acrylics or press-ons. So why are they doing this? Well, you can link the chip to your social media profile. It could be your business card. It could be your payment app. And once they're in place, all you have to do is just tap your fingernail against your phone to make something happen. By the way, the chips are sold on Amazon, but just a heads up. They don't always work perfectly. They could use a bit more polish. All right, coming up, I have so much to pass along to make sure that you're always tech smart. There's some new sneaky browser fingerprints that track you like never before. There's a Bitcoin ATM scam I need to warn you about, some ways that you can look smarter on video calls. And let me tell you, we just have the best callers ever in the history of radio. And of course, you don't want to miss me, Kim Komando, so stay right where you are. If you own a home, listen up. This is scary. The FBI is warning about a crime on the rise, home title theft. And it doesn't happen the way you might think. No break-ins, no stolen keys, just a forged signature on a single piece of paper filed with the county. In minutes, criminals can transfer the title out of your name, then use your ownership to drain your equity or even sell your home. The worst part, most people don't know what's happening until they get collection or foreclosure notices in the mail. That's why I trust Home Title Lock. When you visit HometitleLock.com/Kim, you'll get a free title history report and a 14-day free trial of their $1 Million Triple Lock Protection protection, including 24/7 monitoring of your home's title, urgent alerts to changes, and if fraud does happen. Their U.S.-based restoration team will work to restore your title, covering costs up to $1 million. Don't wait. Protect your home and equity today. Get your free 14-day trial at HomeTitleLock.com/Kim. That's HomeTitleLock.com/Kim. Okay, look at your phone. Okay, you need a new phone. I know you do. And that's why I want you to go to winfromkim.com, because we are giving away a brand new iPhone 16 Pro, a $999 value, no purchase required. What you want to do is go to winfromkim.com, winfromkim.com. All right. Have you looked at yourself on a video call lately? You're like, oh gosh, do I have to? Well, I have some ways that you can be instantly beautimous. That's right. Coming up in just a few minutes. And joining me here on the Kim Komando Show is my cohort of sorts and things. And he also is a master of all things digital. Right, Andrew?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll take it.
And how about, Andrew, we start taking some phone calls here on the Kim Komando Show. Let's start with Gagan in Vancouver, Washington. Hello there, Gagan.
Hi, thank you so much for this opportunity to speak with you.
Oh, you're so cute. So what
Yeah.
What kind of question do you have?
My mom listens to your podcast like every Sunday, and I myself have like read your newsletters and see like how much of an impact it has. And so I myself as a teenager, like my friends have been on the internet a lot, and so they could be an easy target for like these hackers, right? So this gave me the thought, like, since many teenagers on the internet, I could like share my knowledge that I'm learning from your newsletters to those other teenagers. Like I wanted to first start with my newsletter for my high school for a teen audience, and I could even start a club. So my question was like, how can I go about this and like in the future, like make this more engaging for teenagers and like make sure the word spreads?
Well, first of all, I'm very proud of you. And you know, coming on a national radio show, you're not even nervous. This may be your future. You've got a lot going on for you. This is amazing.
Yeah,
now, the good news is that you can start a newsletter for free. And you may need to use your mom's email address or your dad's email address, because I think they have some age requirements that you have to be 18 at least in order to do that. Not sure. Yeah. But there's a website called Substack, or you can use a service called Beehive.
Oh, okay.
And that's BEEHIIV, Beehive.
Okay.
And either one allows you to send an email newsletter and to format it and to get it out there. Now, you can't just send an email newsletter from your Gmail address, because then you're going to be marked as a spammer. So that's why you want to use what's called an ESP, an email service provider, because they will make sure, among other things, that your mail gets through. In addition to that, they're going to give you templates so that your email looks good, whether somebody's on a tablet, a Chromebook, a Samsung, an iPhone, a Huawei. You get my drift, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be your platform to use. And now your next question was, how do I make it engaging? The way that you make things engaging is that you make it relatable. And so you might have a story about 3 AI tools to use if you're struggling in physics or math. Okay?
Yeah.
How to get your report past your teacher, even though you wrote the whole thing and stole it from ChatGPT. No, that would be a bad one. Okay. Yeah. That's just a joke. Why passwords matter, why you shouldn't share passwords. Yeah. How a lot of people don't realize that location where somebody took a picture their location is actually tied into their photo. So you want to put information out there that is interesting and engaging and fun. It has to be fun. If it's not fun, it's going to be boring, and people are going to say, "Ooh, I don't want that."
Especially teenagers.
Yeah, especially them. So also, like, is the ESP, like, that part's like free? Is it like done by like an automated like robot, or is it like managed by like actual people?
Mostly it's done by automation.
Okay.
But people, you will have to sign up. You will have to put your newsletter together, put it in there, and then you get a test. You have to approve the test, and then you schedule it. And what we have found is that when we schedule emails, so say 3:30 in the morning on the West Coast, which is 6:30 in the morning on the East Coast, that seems to be the best time for us to deliver it. It may be different for you, for people that are in school.
Yeah. So I just had a real quick another question. So how would I actually spread the word about my newsletter to other people, actually get those subscribers? So I just want to do I start with a small group and then move it up, or what's the thought?
Well, there's a couple of ways that you can do this. You ever hear me give away the iPhones? And I'm sure your mom has.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The reason why I'm giving away an iPhone is that when you enter to win the iPhone, that you are actually subscribed to my newsletter.
Not because you just love people?
I do love everybody.
Oh, I had no idea.
He is so judgmental, Gagan.
Marketing?
So judgmental. The other thing that you can do is you can put together a program and some of these services can also help you do this, is that for anybody who gives you a newsletter subscriber that stays more than 30 days, you're going to give them $1.
Oh, okay.
Or if somebody gives you 25 subscribers, you're going to give them a $10 Starbucks gift card. You have to see what your audience really wants and what they'll actually do for you. And then, of course, you can buy Facebook ads. So when this thing just totally blows up, you can buy ads on Facebook. And here's the other thing. Substack and Beehive, when you get your newsletter out there. And by the way, this advice goes for anybody who's sitting there saying, how do I send a newsletter? They have options for you to get advertising in your newsletter. Yes. And they will pay you per click. And so you don't have to go out and get your own advertisers. These ESPs, they have a network of advertisers, and they will contact you and say, we're willing to pay $1 a click. We're willing to pay $5 a click or $10 a click. And so that's another way for you to make some money. Any other advice?
This is brave, Kim. Gagan's coming for you.
He is.
He's coming after the next generation. And you're just giving it? You're just handing it to them?
He's a good guy. I want you to come see me in Phoenix. I want you to come visit me. Can somebody get his name, full name, and address?
Yeah, we do need the full name because that's going to be the one that's on the outside of the building pretty soon.
No. I want to send him something really cool. I want to send him something fun. All right, let's switch gears just a little bit. I love all your calls, by the way. Bad lighting makes you look horrible. Okay, you can fix that really fast on your video calls. In Zoom or Google Meet, just turn on Adjust for Low Light. Instantly brighter, instantly better. Moving on, you can actually apply digital makeup. Doesn't look that good, but you should try it. In your Zoom settings, there's something called Studio Effects. You can add lipstick. You can smooth out any stubble. In Google Meet, it's called Portrait Touch-Up. And finally, blurry video, big no-no. What you want to do is on Zoom, turn on HD mode. Google does it automatically. And the bottom line here is that if you haven't tinkered around in the settings lately, you really should, because they really have been fine-tuned. I'm talking about Google Meet and Zoom. So this way you just look gorgeous, darling. You're just gorgeous. All right, coming up, some new tips about security browser fingerprints here on the Kim Komando Show.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know the type, up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
All right. It's summer. You want to get out of town. You're like, oh my gosh, it's so expensive. All right. Here's the deal. When should you really book for the best deal? If you have your sites set for anywhere outside the United States, maybe you want to go to France or Italy or Japan, that sweet spot, well, it's 2 to 6 months in advance. Now, the old rule was 7. When it comes to booking domestically, you want to aim for 28 to 35 days before takeoff. Now, if you book too early, say 90 days plus out, it's actually going to cost you more money. It sounds backward, but all the data backs all this up. What you want to do is never take a flight after 3 p.m. You want to take the earliest flight that your cranky self will put up with. And the last tip is to always fly on a Wednesday. It's consistently always the cheapest day to fly. All right, later on, I got to talk about a Bitcoin ATM scam. Yeah, another one. These things just never stop. Let's see who's next. Becky in Toledo, Ohio. Hi there, Becky.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
Wonderful. Thanks for asking. What's on your mind today?
Oh, well, first I wanted to say how much I appreciate you and everything that you share in your newsletters and your website. I have learned so much. So thank you so much for sharing your knowledge. It's amazing.
Well, thank you.
Oh,
did you hear that? And wait, excuse me. Did you hear that?
No, I wasn't paying attention. Now I'm focused in. Now I'm listening, Becky.
Because
I'd love to repeat it.
Okay.
You're already on the show, Becky. You can stop sucking up.
You know what? She can suck up because you've been making fun of me he's been making fun of me all day. All right. Okay. So now we have that out of the way.
Yes. So I have an AI question right up your alley. So I just recently launched a directory website for healthcare vendors, that the vendors that serve nursing homes, assisted living centers, called vendorsforhealthcare.com. And I wondered if I can leverage AI somehow to simulate a customer's interaction with my site and provide me with feedback, recommend improvements, but most importantly, to identify any potential pain points or bugs that I might have in my site.
Okay, so what's the goal of the site? You try to sell advertising on it? Is it affiliate marketing?
So it just advertises. So each vendor can register as a member and put their information in my website, and then the nursing home administrators can then search by criteria and location for what specifically they're looking for in a vendor.
Okay, all right. Oh, that's tough. You're going to just have to spend money on advertising that.
Yeah, I've been working on that. So
it's because it's hard because let me tell you, here's the problem. And I don't mean to put rain on your parade, but it's really hard to build a business off a website now because of Chat GPT and Copilot and Perplexity and Gemini and all the rest, because people aren't going to websites anymore. You might want to rethink this whole business plan and strategy. And you could use AI to do that.
Okay.
And how you could create a members only area that you promote on social media where you become an expert in this field on LinkedIn and YouTube and Instagram and all the rest. And so I just wanted to just throw that out there because I don't want you to be spinning your wheels because you're doing all this and then you're not getting any type of real conversions because you're not seeing any type of traffic. All right. That said, there is a website called Hotjar. Hotjar. It gives you session recordings so you can see how real people interact with your site. And you also get heat maps. The heat maps is really what you need. Microsoft has something called Clarity that they offer free heat maps. And then they do some AI filtering to show where people are dropping off. There is an AI website auditor, and it's called 10Web, that will kind of do what you want. But you might be better served by asking real human beings. Put this post on LinkedIn.
Sure.
And say, can you go look at my website and tell me what's wrong with it? Tell me what I need to fix.
Yes, absolutely.
And if you can then put an incentive to that money, where you say, for the best person, I'm going to go ahead and be able to, give you a $50 Amazon gift card. That would be something. So you can try all the AI tools that I mentioned, and I'll actually write these up and put them in the newsletter. But there's nothing like having a good old person to sit there and go, Becky, I love you, but I can't see where I can buy. I can't see where I can order anything. Thank you for your call today, Becky, and your kind words. We're not even related, Andrew. Just saying. Hey, by the way, if you ever have a question about your business, I don't know if you know this, aside from being the host of the show, as I also started this network and I also run it every single day. So I know what it's like starting and running a small business. I always say it's the most expensive MBA anybody could have ever gotten. Let me tell you, when it comes to online privacy, you know what you need to do. You delete the cookies. You go full incognito mode in your browser. Well, there's a new digital marketing trick called browser fingerprinting. This is something you're going to want to really listen up for. Here's how it works. Every single time you visit a website, your browser leaks clues about who exactly you are, your time zone, where you live, your device, the operating system, and a whole bunch more details. Now, combined together, that creates this unique invisible profile, or what they call a fingerprint, that websites can use to identify you. And when they do, watch out. Prices can jump, especially if you're using an iPhone versus some cheapo Android phone, or you live in a ritzy neighborhood. So what can you do? The only way not to get digitally fingerprinted is to use a VPN. It hides a lot of your details. It masks your IP address, your location. So even if your browser leaks some traits, it can't really be tied directly to you, at least not all of those traits. All right, still to come, we have some more great phone calls you don't want to miss. And then later on, I got a warning about Bitcoin here on the Kim Komando Show.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Hey, just a reminder, you can enter to win a brand new iPhone 16 Pro. If you haven't already, go to winfromkim.com. It's a $999 value, no purchase required. Again, that's winfromkim.com. Oh, let's see, from my great state of Arizona, Ron in Tucson. Welcome. What's on your mind today?
You had a unclaimed property session here a few months ago on one of your shows, and I decided to do some research on that and found a bunch of sites. And then I got concerned. I'm putting information that I shouldn't probably have on there.
That's a good call. You have to be really careful, but this is totally legit. Missing money. Mm-hmm. I mean, unclaimed funds, unclaimed property. You could really dig up some money. I've had some utility deposits that came back to me. Didn't you get some money from that?
Yeah, I had 4 or 5 of them that came back, and I got about $6,000 total from all of them.
Wow.
The biggest one was an old car warranty, a car that I purchased an extended warranty, and I had only owned the car for like 14 months, and that money was just sitting there.
And then you got it.
I got it. I went to the website, put in all my information. They immediately email you the documents. I then printed them out. And then I did this key step. You let them sit on your desk for a good 3 to 4 months before you fill them out and send them in, because you're a procrastinator. But once I did, it took a couple of weeks, but I got everything back.
Yeah, and so these are deposits, maybe some interest on a bank account that you closed, and it's unclaimed. And by law, they have to make sure that they try to at least give you the opportunity to collect it. So there's a free site that you really want to go to, and it's missingmoney.com.
That's the one I used.
Missingmoney.com. And it's used by basically all the states and territories. And if it's not at that site, they will direct you to the official site. And if anybody ever contacts you, they're doing this now. People will figure out who you are, and that maybe you have $1,000 or $1,500, and they'll say, "Hi, Andrew. I'm Kim, and I can help you get your unclaimed money for just 15%.
Oh, that's all?
20%, 30%. So you definitely don't need to do that.
You made a good point last time we talked about this, that because I was complaining that they didn't put the amount up there. Like, I wanted to know, is this worth my time and effort? And you said, well, if they said, someone owes you $7,000, then the scammers are going to be all over it, which is great. So they keep all that information secure.
So you want to use your full name, your nicknames, your maiden names, any different addresses, check different states where you have lived. And, I have one, speaking of procrastinating, I have one in a state where my aunt passed away.
Oh.
But I need to get her social security number in order to access that account. And so I've been procrastinating that. But so if you are the executor of an estate, you want to also search for that person's name, and you may find some other money that's also tied into that.
Do you know, does it ever expire?
I don't know that.
Does the state, after 25 years or whatever, get to pull it into the general funds?
Seems like they would have to.
I'd say at some point.
At some point, they'd have to do that. Ron, thanks for your call today, missingmoney.com. Steve in Charleston, South Carolina. Hi, Steve. Welcome aboard.
Hey, Kim, how are you?
I'm fabulous. What's going on?
I'm actually in Bluffton, which is about 2 hours south of Charleston.
Oh,
just
Bluffton.
Just north of Savannah.
But where's that accent from? I don't think this is a South Carolina accent.
No, that's total Bluffton right there. I hear Bluffton through and through.
That's a New York accent. And I used to listen to you when you were on News Radio 88 in New York. That's when, and then I caught up with you down here again.
Okay, so how do you say this word, Steve? R-O-B-O-T.
Robot.
Oh, darn it.
You can't even, but he's from New York. You're from Jersey. It's two totally different planets.
She's South Jersey too, right?
No. Mid-Jersey. I was I was actually born in Union. I lived in South Amboy, went to school in Perth Amboy. And then my mom got a job working for Bell Labs in Basking Ridge, and then we moved to Watchung.
Oh, so exciting. All these turnpike exits were listed here.
My trips to Jersey ended at 16E on the turnpike going to Giants Stadium to watch the Giants.
There you go. I love the Giants. Do they still play?
Don't even get me started. You saw them play in the Super Bowl.
They try.
I did see them play in the Super Bowl. Yes, I did.
Yep.
So, Steve,
I was actually in Phoenix, one of them. Yeah.
So let's talk about computer stuff, tech stuff, digital stuff. What's going on?
So here's my question. Probably 7 or 8 months ago now, I got one of those, famous letters that everybody gets saying that your information might have been exposed. We don't know how much was exposed on the web, but we did have a breach in our, system, blah, blah, blah. And they'll monitor my credit for a year, big deal, and everything else. So I went ahead and I froze my credit card reports on the 3 major agencies. And then I slept on it, and the next day I went and actually froze my Social Security account, too, which is a little bit more of a hassle because I had to go down there and do it in person and everything, but it was worth it. And then I think I read it on your newsletter somewhere that there's a 4th credit agency, and I didn't do that one, and I didn't want to do it because I wanted to make sure it was legit before I went and put my name and Social Security number and everything else into it.
Yeah,
I don't know. It was like, I don't know if I can say the name or not. It began with an I.
It's Innovis. INNOVIS. Yes, there's now a 4th credit agency.
Well, yeah, 3's not enough.
No, why would we need 4?
If you're going to get denied, an auto loan.
Is that one used as much as the others? So my concern would be that could someone just bypass the other 3 major ones and use that to open either a credit card or a bank account or anything else in my name, a loan or anything like that?
Well, what you want to do is you want to freeze all 4. You want to freeze all 4 of them because, like you said, Andrew, like if somebody's going to get
if you're going to get declined for an auto loan, you want 4 companies to decline you, not just 3.
Not just 3. So you go to innovis.com/security freeze. Innovis.com/security freeze. Because you have Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. It works the same way as the other big 3. You want to keep a confirmation, and also you get a PIN from each one. Now, there is another place if you wanted to freeze people from opening bank accounts in your name. I should write about this in the newsletter.
Where are we going?
It's Chex Systems, CHEX Systems, Chex Systems. And if is your credit frozen?
No, I don't think so.
You should. Really, seriously, you should do that. I mean, like Barry didn't want to do it. He said, it's going to take a long time. You know how long it takes for each one?
10 minutes.
All 3. You can do all 3 in 10 minutes. I mean, they have totally, all 4 rather. You can totally streamline the whole process.
So let's say I want to go buy a car, whatever, and I need it unfrozen. How long does that take? Is it instantaneous?
Instantaneous.
So I just go on the app or the website, unfreeze it, and we're good to go.
Yes.
Cool.
But now you know that nobody's going to be taking out any car loans, getting any payments along the way. So it's really important to do that. Hey, I got to share something with you. A new member of our team came to me and said, Kim, why do you have a 5 out of 5 star rating at Trustpilot? Why do you have a 5 out of 5 star rating on Google reviews, but you hardly have any reviews of the podcast of the Kim Komando Show? I said, well, because I never asked. So I'm begging you. I'm asking you. Wherever you get your podcast, make sure that you give a nice 5-star review and say a few kind words about the Kim Komando Show. Because let me tell you, that helps more people find us in podcast land. Again, so wherever you get your podcast, just one positive review. Yes, as a special thank you. If you learn just one thing from me over the years, just give me one good 5-star review. All right, still to come, a scam about Bitcoin I need to warn you about here on the Kim Komando Show. Okay, I just have to tell you, if you get a call from anyone who asks you to send money through a Bitcoin ATM, it's a scam, okay? The person online says, oh, someone you love's been in trouble, they've been in an accident, you need money, they need it fast, and they send you a QR code and they say, go to your local Bitcoin ATM. Now, let me tell you, once you send money through one of those machines, it goes straight into a crypto wallet. It's gone. There's no money back. There's no refunds. There's no chargeback. There's no, oops, I didn't mean to do that. It's not like a credit card. Once it's in somebody's wallet, it's theirs. So what I want you to do, if you're concerned, is call the loved one and say, hey, are you really in trouble? Because this is just what happened. But I guarantee you, you are just about ready to get scammed. Hey, here's what I'd like you to do. Join over 650,000 folks who start their day with my free newsletter. Sign up at getkim.com. And that's the end of hour 4. But I'm sure in your podcast player, there are some shows that you haven't listened to. Come on. Just fire up your podcast player and get more tech know-how, whether you're walking or on your commute or whatever you might be doing.